Hi and welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. It has been, I think, exactly 2 years, almost to the day, since I filmed a video for this channel. This channel actually is on my other channel. I rebranded it and everything, but if you look in the old videos, there's It's a Miracle Beauty under It's a Miracle Budgeting. I rebranded and I do cash budgeting and everything over there. If you're interested, it will be linked down below. But I actually had pretty little desire to do beauty videos for about 2 years, and all of a sudden the last 6 months or so, it's become like, I have to, I need to. So just a little explanation. This is actually my walk-in closet. We actually set up, I have a vanity, I have an Alex drawer, I have a bookshelf. Up here is all shelves. At some point I'll do a little tour, but we recently moved into a new house in June. This closet is a pretty big walk-in closet, but it was painted black. It was so dim, it was so dark. So a couple weekends ago, I actually painted it. It's a pretty crappy paint job, but it's my closet. I don't really care, and other than videos, nobody would really see it. So I thought for my first back video, I'd do something really simple, and I would do my empties for October and November, and just a few days of December. There might be 1 or 2 from this time period, with some mini reviews, and kind of give you an idea of what I've been using, what I'm loving, what I'm hating, what got decluttered because it expired, and some other things. So let's get started. I got my garbage in front of me, and I do have them separated on my table here. So I do have hair, skin, and then makeup. So we're just gonna go through these. I'm gonna start with probably the most used item in the entire year this year is the Olaplex system. My hair is almost to my butt, and it's actually the healthiest it's ever been in my entire life. And these, I definitely think, played a role in it. They are very expensive. So what I do is I actually wait till there's 20% off at Sephora or Ulta, or sometimes Olaplex has a sale, but that's rare that I found personally. And then I actually, or when it's like a 10 times the point deals for people, things like that at Ulta, that's when I buy these, and I typically buy a bunch. Right now, underneath my bathroom, I'm looking towards my bathroom, in my cabinet, I think I have 5 of each, or 5, and then 5 conditioner and 4 shampoo, something like that. So these, I personally think, are definitely worth it. They're worth the investment. My hair thanks me every day, let me tell you. So that was that. And then in that same family, we have, oops, the Olaplex 8 is the Intensive Moisture Mask, and the number 3 Repair and Strengthening Mask. I personally think this particular mask and I think it's number 0, it's the spray bottle one, I don't care for those. I don't think they do that much for my hair. I see very little results for that much money. I mean, if you do 0 and 3 together, you're looking at about $60 for that mask combo. Not for one use, for multiple uses, but you're looking at about $60. And so I find that the 0 and the 8 are just not enough difference to make it worth it. The 3 I use once a week, every single Sunday without fail, and I find that my hair definitely looks better. It's smoother, it has less frizzes after I do that. So I definitely do it. And my hair is so much stronger. I have very fine, weak hair. I can't do like perms. I have to be careful when I dye it. In fact, I used to have platinum hair for years. My hair was so unhealthy. It's now very healthy. I do have a little bit of catch in my throat, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little hoarse today. I'm not sure if it's just the weather or what. Michigan has been really weird for weather lately. November, we had like 60-degree days. December, we've had like 50-degree days. Usually it's very cold here by now, and it's just been beautiful on one hand, but our weather is like this constantly, which is Michigan as well. So a couple hair masks I have here. Actually, I'm gonna do that one first. I received this first in a BoxyCharm, or one of them, I'm not really sure, a while ago. It probably was expired when I used it. But it's the Fakai Super Strength Treatment Mask, and it looks like this. And it's actually one of the best masks ever. It's called a Roots to End Balm. It's actually one of the best masks I've ever used, and it kind of snuck up on me because it was like in my drawer, and I kept not reaching for it because I'd never used the brand. It wasn't something that I had brand recognition for. When I decided to use it, I absolutely loved it. It was gorgeous. It helped my hair stay so moisturized. It was wonderful. And then one that I think this is probably my 5th, maybe 6th one. Hold on, I need to put some balm on. My lips are looking dry. I had lip oil on earlier, and I don't know if I had a reaction to it or what, but my lips feel a little sore today. Man, come on. Sorry for the intermission of a lip balm, but I was looking a little dry and chappy there. This is the Way Fine to Medium Hair. I actually have this entire hair system as well. I kind of like set it to the back. I have actually the bags of them because I used it for about a year. I still love these, especially if you have fine hair. This gives your hair a lot of moisture, and it helps. It's almost like, and I don't claim this is what's happening to me, it almost feels like it swells your root of your hair or the follicle. My hair feels thicker and it feels more manageable. It's not as many flyaways, so these work really good. If you Olaplex and this are about the same price. So typically I rotate between shampoos and conditioners. So like I'll use one for, usually it's about 12 months or 3 months out of the year. I'll do one and then another and then another. I've been using Olaplex, I think 4 or 5 now, and it's still doing great, so I haven't switched, but I do have this system of the normal shampoo and conditioner. If you're looking for a cleansing or a clarifying shampoo, their shampoo is amazing. I actually like it better than the Olaplex one, but this is the mask. It's a treatment mask. It's about 10 minutes. This, when my hair is feeling really dry, if I've used too much hairspray in it recently or I've done a lot of heat treatments, things like that, this makes it feel amazing. And again, I've repurchased this repeatedly because it definitely is, it's not those where you can't tell that something was used. So almost done with hair. Another thing I've used, this is probably my 10th one. No, probably 6. I think it's 6 because I go through a lot of these. This is the L'Oreal Elvive 8 Second Wonder Water. If you've never tried this, I so recommend it. I cannot vouch for straight or curly hair, but if you have straight hair, this literally like helps it lay flat. It helps it, and I don't mean volume wise, I mean like the flyaways. Like my hair is very fine, has flyaways, it kind of lays weird. But also it makes it very silky and smooth. So I love this one. And that one's very cheap. I think it's like $11. And if you go to Walmart, sometimes they have them for $8.49. Like I just got my Target for $8.49. I'm like, I'll take it. It's a lot of savings. And then this is just it's a travel size, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but I think I got it in one of those big sample packs at Ulta. This is the Detox Bar Visible Dry Shampoo. I really like this. I thought that I have dark roots and I do get a little bit of gray, and then I have highlights in, so I have highlights on the lights technically. And this doesn't dye my hair. It's very clear. It doesn't, you can't see it. It looks really good, and it's really easy to work into your hair. I do my dry shampoo at night. So if I know, like, for example, tonight is my wash night. I usually wash my hair about once a week, and sometimes more if product or whatever is a problem, but the 4th day, usually maybe 5th, I need to use dry shampoo, and that night before is actually when I put it in and I shake it in. I put it all over my scalp, and then I sleep. When I wake up, it looks like I washed my hair. I don't do it the morning of because it makes it almost like this sounds stupid, but like crispy. It makes your hair feel like rough, and so I don't like that feeling. It's sitting overnight and absorbing the oils helps it soak in. So there is that. Okay, so next is gonna be skin. First I want to go over some declutters. Not because I didn't like them, not because I didn't want them, because I was stupid and bought a bunch of these, not realizing or not paying attention to the fact they're all 6-month lifespans. With skincare, I don't really take risks like that. So first one is, actually that's an empty, my bad. I grabbed an empty. I only have 4 declutters then. So the first one is the Matrixyl 10%. Again, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like basically brand new. This one is the amino acids and B5. That one has a little bit out of it. And then this one is the bee oil. I didn't care for this one, so I knew I was gonna end up wasting that. I had offered to people, nobody really wanted it. And then the ascorbic acid, which is like the vitamin C, this is barely used. So those 4 went bad sitting there. 2 out of the 4 were because I really didn't care for the product. I was gonna try to use it. You know when you don't really like something, you probably should just get rid of it because it's gonna be the last thing you grab every single time. So some not declutters, but some actually used up items also from The Ordinary. I'll go next. So this is the glycolic acid 7% toner. I actually really like this. I already have another one that I got during the Ulta sale, like it was 21 Days of Beauty. I ordered a bunch, and this didn't have a discount, but it's cheap. It's like, I think $7, $11. So I've been through quite a few of these. I do like glycolic acid toners. I think with being in my 40s, I think it's a great way to get another layer of treatment and smoothing and everything else. So then I also have the Buffet. This is probably, I've been using this, I think 4 years, 3 years, something like that. Around the time I turned 40, I started using it, so probably 4 years, but I love this. Buffet was actually recently renamed. Now it's like peptide and hyaluronic acid, I think it's called. But I buy these only at Sephora because you get a bigger bottle. Like these, if you look, this is the bigger bottle. This is the normal ordinary bottle. It's a big difference. And then this is the caffeine solution. I've repurchased this again, probably the same amount of times. I think I'm going to stop purchasing it though. When I first started using it, I noticed that it really like woke up my eyes, and I noticed that I would see a reduction in my dark circles. Not to the point they're gone. It didn't cure them, but almost like kind of mask them. I don't know if the caffeine woke up the skin or what it was. I'm not seeing that anymore, and there's no point. It's a very affordable. I think it's like $6.35 serum, but for me, it's not worth it anymore. So I'm gonna use the one I have in full. In fact, when I do my tour, I will show on the side over here, like this is my backside where my brushes are. There's like a card over there. Over here, I actually have a current skincare shelf. I have an open skincare shelf. So what I do is now I never open anything until I'm using it. But previously I would open one thing, use it, open one thing, use it, open one thing, use it. So for the last almost 2 years, what I've been doing is going through skincare in particular, but even like makeup things too. I've been going through and only using it till it's gone. And so like if I recently finished 2 lotions or moisturizers, and I'll show you those. I use them, only them, until they were gone. So that's what I'm doing now. So that was my current skincare. One of the things I've been using currently, and I had a ton of samples in 2 like travel sizes of, and I'm really considering purchasing a Christmas like pack because they're so amazing, is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. So there's 2 that I've used. I have 1 half gone and I have 1 more travel sitting over here waiting to be used. I used to use this years ago, and I think at the time I didn't really have any aging signs. I didn't really see anything that really made me think I needed to. So I'd use it, not use it, use it, not use it, and they'd always get thrown away. So I kind of wasn't looking to collect more of these. So if there was a sample pack that had these, I'd almost kind of avoid it because I felt like I was wasting. This is an expensive product and I felt like I was wasting it. So one of the things that I've done recently is I've realized is that my moisture barrier is horrible. I have very dry skin, desert dry skin. Like I couldn't use a powder foundation to save my life because I would look like sandpaper. What I've noticed is that when I use this in the morning and night after everything, right before my moisturizer, it like seals everything in and keeps all my moisture in, and my skin looks better all day long. So I definitely am, I don't want to buy any more skincare because I did get some on Black Friday because I've pretty much used all my skincare. This is literally all I have left of anything that I had prior. And I know you can't see it, but it's not a lot. And then I did do some Good Molecules. I got their little fridge and bought some stuff there. I did some little recipe, and then Ole Henriksen. And so I did basically my year of skincare I purchased. So I don't want to go purchase anymore, but these have really repaired my moisture barrier in it. My skin is so much more moisturized. So it's kind of in the back of my head. Maybe I'll ask for it for my husband for Christmas. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to send him a list that I haven't done yet. So maybe that'll be on it. So let's talk about cleansing. Trying to grab all my cleansing stuff. So one thing I finished, but I kind of didn't, and I'll explain, is the Clinique Take the Day Off. This is like a travel size that came in a gift pack. I used this down to like right at the bottom, maybe like just below the lettering, and then I dumped it in my bigger one so I wouldn't have 2 sitting there. Why I opened this when the other one was open, I really don't know. But that's what it is. By now it is gone, but initially I did just dump it in the other one. And I actually really like this for mascara. So I use a cleansing balm 100% of the time when I wash my face, and typically I do okay. But one thing I've been noticing, and I think it's because I fell and I injured my hand, it's a sprain, thank God it's not broken, but I can't put a lot of pressure, and I'm noticing that mascara isn't coming off as well over here. So I am going to go back to using that, but I kind of just like to have it on hand so if I need to use waterproof mascara, or if I have a stubborn mascara or something like that. And then this is the Tree Hut Coconut Lime Moisturizing Shave Oil. I will never go back to shaving cream. If you've never tried this, I really recommend it. My legs are so smooth after I use this, and even like I get irritation in my armpits. I have eczema, I get irritation from shaving. This, I have not had any problems since, so I really, really recommend that. And then cleansing balm is the Holy Hydration by e.l.f. It says it has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and peptides. So this is one that, it's the smell. It has like a, this is going to sound so old and ancient, but it smells like Kmart or Walmart back in the day when they would put out the crisp school clothes. And they had that weird smell. That's what that smells like. And I couldn't get past it. It's also a lot more oily, but it's not like where some of them, like right now I'm using, what brand is that? Pharmacy. I have the Pharmacy melting balms, and they actually like melt into oil and help melt everything down. This stays almost like a cream and never quite gets that oily, but it's so hard to get off your face. It's really thick. Now this, compared to that Pharmacy price wise, is just no contest. This is like $7, $11. That's like $36, I think. So, I mean, if you want an affordable one, it's not a bad product. It's just not my favorite. Another repurchased many times. In fact, I did buy this during Black Friday as well, is the Fenty face wash. This is probably my face's favorite face wash ever. I tell myself I'm only gonna buy this, and then like the Black Friday sales happen and I'm like, oh, but wait, I like that blueberry one too. So this one does really well. I don't typically have breakouts. I sometimes get hormonal breakouts around here. Typically I have 100% dry skin, like everywhere is dry. This allows it to retain its moisture, and it doesn't have any drying effects after the fact. Usually I'm okay after this. I did get the other new toner from them for dry skin. I had been buying the niacinamide one. I actually got the new one, and I'm gonna try that soon. Okay, I finished 2 moisturizers. One had been opened previously. Actually, they've both been opened previously. One had been barely used, one was used a lot. The one that I had opened and had used quite a bit and then finally finished this time is the Confidence in a Cream by It Cosmetics. And this is one that to me works. It is great, but it's nothing. I don't wake up in the morning and be like, I am dying to put that on my face, but it is a great functioning product. So when these are on sale, I typically pick these up because they're so affordable when they're on sale. They can be pricey when they're not on sale. A sample I finished is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. I love this one in the winter. I love Tatcha skincare. It is so pricey. I really buy it in full, but when I get these, I do kind of collect them and I save them till winter, and that's what I use in winter. So the last thing I finished, and I'm not going to throw the bottle away because it is a refillable system, is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Magic Cream, and this is the original Magic Cream. It comes in a little container like this that you can pop in and refill. So when you're all done, it does look like this and it's perfectly clean. So I got this in the Charlotte Tilbury mystery box. God, it's probably been close to a year now. I think it was in spring or early winter, but I got that. I tried it once and I kind of was like, oh, I don't know if I like that. It smells like a grandma and I wasn't sure, but one thing I like about this is, first of all, if you don't use too much, and two, it melts into the skin. Like literally like 20 minutes for doing my makeup, if you put it on, your skin feels very supple and like plumped, for lack of a word. Another product that I'm trying a sample of right now that does the same thing, that is so expensive I probably will never buy, but is the JLo Beauty one. I literally felt like I'd been plumped. It was so, it's just kind of bad fat girl joke for me, but it just felt very moisturized. So that is how that one went. And I saved the little container so that if I decide to buy it again, or if I get it again, I have the container. And then some really easy products to talk about, two of which I repurchased. One is the Banana Bright Serum by Ole Henderson. This is a sample or travel size. I got this from like a Sephora kit or something. I like this. I think vitamin C is good for your skin, especially if you have dark spots, but I don't like go out of my way to find products. But then when I use them, I love the results. So it's kind of ironic how that works. Actually, I'm gonna talk about that last. This one is the Formula 10.0.6 Pure Tone Vitamin B Light Gel Toner. I got this in gratis when I worked at Ulta a long time ago. It probably should not have been used, but it worked really well. I finished the whole thing. I didn't see, it says it has zinc and jojoba in it. I didn't see anything huge with this. It wasn't like I went, oh my God, I have to have that product again, but it worked great and it was free from my gratis, so I wasn't spending any money on skincare. The two that I have repurchased is, one is the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. I think this is fantastic. I'm gonna start putting this in my skincare every single Sunday night. I think I'm trying to be smarter. I don't have too many things open, so I want to make sure I don't have another mask I could use for this in the meantime. But this is one that I think if you have dry skin, this is fantastic. And during the holidays, they had a kit that was not the biggest size, but the next, I think it's a 1 mil, if I'm not 1 mil, 100 mil. Might have been 50, I'm not 100%, but it had a smaller one, and then it had like a scrunchie that's for when your hair's wet, like the terry cloth ones, and it was like $25, which it's $25 normally, so it was great to get like the free scrunchie. Oh, it had a face lotion in it too. I don't know what that is right now because I haven't used it yet, but it's Summer Fridays. It was 3-piece set. I'm sorry. That was jumbled as hell. Sorry. I haven't filmed beauty stuff in a while. It's kind of weird actually. But this is the Pat McGrath Divine Skin Rose Essence. If you have never tried one of these, and this I actually have the full size because I did repurchase this. If you have never used this, when you get samples, try to get one of these from Pat McGrath if you're allowed to pick, or if you get one, she gives them a lot. Try it. It is amazing. So I had these in my possession forever because I don't like rose. Anything scented rose, I'm like, get away from me. I don't want you to go. So I never tried them. These are, again, I can't vouch for dry skin, but I think combo and dry skin would love these. It really gives a lot of moisture and it's not straight oil and it does not smell like roses. It actually smells fantastic. So I definitely recommend if you get one of these to try it. So now we're gonna move on to makeup. I think I should probably do declutters first because these are expiration declutters. So I guess I'll do foundation first because there's quite a few. Anybody who knew me previously, I am a foundation junkie and it's a blessing and a curse because of things like this. So I went through my collection and I was trying to look at my Sephora history, my Ulta history, and figure out how old things were in my collection because I'm a foundation junkie. Like I will try foundations before anything else. And I also had a now curbed for the most part habit, but I did previously have a really bad habit of buying foundations that did not even make sense for my skin. Like I'm looking at the Airbrush Flawless Fusion or Flawless Finish and the NARS matte and the Too Faced matte and the Huda matte. Dry skin and matte does not make sense. Why did I even buy them? Here they are though. I still try to use them once in a while. I mix them with the glowy foundation, but as I went through things, I also looked for things that had blatant expiration dates. So if they had an expiration date that was a long time ago, I literally just threw it away. I didn't smell it. Like normally I'd be like, oh, does it smell good? Does it have the same finish? Does it work the same? Okay, I'll keep it. Anything that literally had an expiration date, I got rid of. So one of those was the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Luminous Makeup Nude Skin Feel. This I think is still a fantastic one. I won't rebuy it right now because I probably have 60 foundations in here and I'm not buying any more until I use some. But it is, especially if you want an affordable glowy option, I think this is fantastic. This one I got in that mystery box and I never found a use for it till it expired, which is I think how I work. This is the Light Wonder. This is a very light foundation. I actually have, let me see if I have it close that I can, okay. There's the L'Oreal Age Perfect. This is like a balm type foundation. I use this on the places I need more coverage, and then I use the Light Wonder in the other places, and it looked amazing. It's probably my favorite light foundation I've ever found, but it is absolutely expired. In fact, if I remember correctly, yeah, this one expired a year ago, or almost March 22. Let me see what that flower was, 2020. You can see I'm on the ball here. Tarte's is, where is it at? Can't remember where this one was, or maybe this is one I knew was expired. I can't remember. That one is expired. I never cared for that one. I actually really like Tarte foundations. That one was not my favorite. The Age Perfect expired in 9 of 2021. I actually used this recently. It didn't break me out or anything, so it's probably fine, but still. And then the last one is the Tarte by the Sea, Reforest by the Sea. I am not going to repurchase this, despite the fact I really, truly think this is an amazing, again, especially for dry skin, 6-month shelf life. There's no way, especially with my kind of makeup, unless I use one foundation every single day, I am going to use this in 6 months. So for $40, $42, it's just not worth it to me. Although I do think it is stunning. If you like lightish medium, so this can go, I think it looks cakey if you try to go more than medium, but if you do light to medium, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. This one is a great serum one, and if you have any type of signs of aging, whether it be smile lines, wrinkles, crow's feet, things like that, this doesn't fall into them in my opinion and looks fantastic. So those were some declutters because of age. I have a few more. Most of my stuff was used. There's just a few things that got old. Actually, I'm going to bring these forward. So I have 3 declutters by age of primers. So one is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. This one actually I think has a 6-month shelf life. I would have never bought the full size if I had saw that. But I've used, it's down. It's like way down to here. The Tatcha Silk Canvas, both, I have the full like potted one and then I have this one. These are amazing. If you want a secret dupe though, there is a dupe for this in the drugstore. And I'm telling you, if you put one on one side, you can tell. Grab it. Am I not seeing it? Where is it at? It's hiding, you guys. Oh, it literally was right where I was reaching, just not in the right place. The Marshmallow by NYX is an absolute dupe of the Silk Canvas Liquid. It's the exact same thing. I put it on both sides of my face and nobody could tell a difference. Very similar feeling as well. But anyways, I did use most of this, but I still would have bought the travel size had I known it was a 6-month shelf life. So I think when I buy products, and I'm on a strict no buy right now, but when I buy products, I think I'm going to research that from now on. Another one that has a 6-month shelf life is the Milani Green Goddess Cannabis Sativa Face Oil. Probably, I bought this in 2020, I think. So first of all, it's very expired. But also, I think that I used this, like this one, when I look at it in the light, it's barely any used. And I used a lot of it because it didn't need a lot. So it's kind of one of those that I by no means got my money's worth. But I utilized it and I'm okay with it. Like it's not something that, like the $40 foundation bothers me more than the Milani oil. And then another one is the Flower Beauty primer. Sorry, my brain just like had a seizure there. This one I've used a few times, definitely didn't get my money's worth, definitely did not get anything out of it. I actually don't even remember if I liked it or not, but I looked at when I bought it at Ulta and I bought it in like late 2019 or early 2020, so I was like, got to go. And then I actually have 4 eyeshadow stick slash eyeliner. So this is the Jouer Ultra Foil, and this is like a black shimmer. I have a Girlactic. I actually got these free in the PR from Girlactic back when I was doing my channel more actively. So that's like a rose gold. I have a Hank & Henry blue that I kept from a mystery box from Hank & Henry that I'm going to use that someday. There's going to be a reason to save that. I've never used it, never touched it. It's expired now. This is the Too Faced, let's see, this is Candied Rose. This is that Christmas collection that they had a while back. I actually had every single one of these and I actually really liked them. I used them a lot. And then this is a Morphe metallic eyeshadow, and it's almost the exact same color as the Girlactic. These are all just expired. They don't even come off on your hand anymore. They just are very noticeably expired. And then this one, it's funny. This pains me because of the price, but I actually used a lot of this product. It's hard to tell right now because it's been laying down, but the product is like down about halfway close to it. And this is the NARS Tinted Glow Booster. This, I think, was supposed to be similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, which is like one of my all-time favorite beauty products ever. So I'm a huge NARS fan. So when this came out a couple years ago, I bought it immediately. And one of the things I found is it's basically, it mimics another primer. I'll tell you, I have it right here. And of course, again, I'm grabbing everything but the one I'm trying to grab. This is the 4-in-1 Perfector by Maybelline, and they had this in another packaging previously. That's what this is. How this is almost like a foundation before a foundation. This is the same thing. It's not really a primer. It's like a foundation, but it's going under foundation. So I never really got in the swing of using this a ton. What I would do is I'd use it in my areas where I wanted more coverage when I used a lighter foundation, and it worked fine. But I think it was $49, and I didn't even use, I mean, it's close to half. It's like right here. So it's not quite half. That's, I mean, I wasted $30 basically. So that's kind of frustrating. But I mean, at this point, it is what it is, and I can't change it. I can only move forward. And that's one of the reasons why I restarted this channel, so I can work on my project pans. I can work on my no buys, things like that. So a couple more declutters due to age. Oops, I forgot 2 primers. I just realized as I drop everything. One of these I paid for, one of these I got in gratis. They both expired, and they both, I believe, yeah, they both have a 6-month shelf life. These are the Urban Decay All-Nighter Foundation or face primers. One is the Ultra Glow and one is the regular. I actually don't love these. That's why they sat the whole time. I usually love glowy foundations. This one felt almost like slippy, like slided around my makeup. And then the All-Nighter was more for matte skin. It's not a truly matte primer, but it makes your skin more primed, or more matte. So these two, I mean, you can look at them and tell they have like almost no use out of them. I just didn't like them. Again, one I paid for in a like a value pack during the holidays a couple years ago, and one, the Glow one, I got in gratis. I don't work at Ulta anymore, but I did for a couple years, and because I had a lot of top sales, or I do a lot of stuff kind of outside of the box to help sales, I was very good at filling baskets. They'd be very generous with the gratis. I have 4 concealers that are expired. I'm gonna go least favorite to favorite, and these aren't like my all-time or anything. They're just between these 4. My least favorite is the Natasha Denona. This is the Transfer Matte Concealer. The word matte tells you why it's probably not my favorite. I don't know anybody that really loved this, but I got it really cheap on her website one time. Never really got into it, and so I just kind of, and now it's by far expired. Woke Concealer by Oma Beauty. This one, I actually love this one. I think it works really well. I think it looks good under the eye, but I got the wrong color, and so it darkened my under eye every time I used it. So this is on me for color choice, not on the formula, and it's now expired. Why I didn't pass it on or return it or exchange it, I don't know. There's so many things in my collection that I'm like, WTF. But one that I have 2 of that are like literally some of my top 10 foundations I've ever used, or concealers I've ever used in my entire life, and these are from Juvia's Place. These, first of all, are huge. I bought 21 and 23. I could use these interchangeably. There's such not much difference between these if I'd bought them in store versus online. I bought them like the day they released at Ulta online. My local store didn't have them. They shipped. But these are creamy and great. They're almost like the NARS Creamy Concealer, except for they're even more creamy and more buildable. So these look fantastic, and for the value you get in these, you could buy a mini and it would last you a long time. For the value, I would buy a big one because it's amazing, but you could, just saying. So I have, I think, one more expired product. The rest, I think, no, I don't have a couple. Okay. So I just threw everything across the room. I'm just gonna move everything over to make it a little bit easier. I have a ton of setting sprays in here because I've been panning my setting sprays. I think I'll do those last, just to show you what I've been using. This is the Sasha, I just forgot her name. Sasha, I'll put it on the screen. This is her sponge. It's old now, but it's absolutely amazing. And then this one, I only say this one because I buy these Real Techniques body sponges to use on my face. I love them. They help make everything kind of blend well. But I've been noticing mine have been tearing so much faster. Like I used to be able to use them as long as I washed them regularly. I could use them for like a month or two. This didn't even last a month. So I don't know if I got a bad one or if it changed. I don't know what happened there. And these 3 are expired products, and I have one other. So I have 4 expired products. This one is the Milk Hydro Grip, and if you look, this one, I've literally almost used all of it, but all of a sudden out of the blue, my foundation kept peeling, like right in this area, and that's the area I use it. I usually around on my nose and around my smile lines and stuff, and it kept peeling and pilling, and it was just horrible, and it finally clicked. It's the Milk. So I looked it up, and it has, if I remember correctly, I think it's not on here. Yeah, it's not on here. I think it has either a 6-month or a 1-year shelf life. This is at least 2 or 3 years old. So I was like, okay, time to go. So, and I do have a travel size again of that, but that wasn't my #1 founder or primer, but it was one I did enjoy and it did work for my smile lines. So 2 palettes that I'm decluttering due to age, not due to quality, and they are no longer working effectively. One is from one of my favorite companies ever and is a Michigan-based company, is the Lip Bar. I love this company. They are diversity driven, they are women driven, they are fantastic. They have these really essential face palettes that are amazing. I think they still sell them, but I'm not 100%. We actually have a Lip Bar store here in Michigan in downtown Detroit. It's one of the prettiest stores in Detroit. I love it. It literally, first of all, if you're a beauty lover, you get to sit on swings in front of vanities. Like, it's amazing. But it's also, they have a great ethical standards as far as how their employees are treated, how they work, how their company is run, and that's the kind of companies I want to support. Plus, again, Michigan company. But it no longer has the like, I used the bronzer the other day and I couldn't like even get color out of it, but this is like, I think 3 or 4 years old. It was pre-COVID, I believe. My husband actually took me down there for my birthday. And then, sorry, I'm trying to find room in this garbage bag because it's overflowing. This one is the Revlon Wonder Woman 84, and it does look like this. I never use this on my eyes until recently. I went to use it, and they were all expired and not working. Now, I had swatched it previously, so I knew they previously worked, so it is aged. This is, I think I ordered this through like Walmart or something like that. Probably the first months of COVID, maybe even pre-COVID. I'm not 100%, but I know it was when I was home and lockdown and all that during that period. So it's a couple years old. Powders usually last longer, but shimmers and satins can go faster than regular powders. So it's a cheaper brand. It's fine. The one that has been repurchased but literally broke my soul is my Fenty bronzer cream in amber. And it does look like this when it's done. I'm not sure if it's going to pick up on camera, but there is a huge dip in this. And I was trying to use it fast and furious to try to get pan, but it started literally not blending. It started having problems. So I am decluttering this, even though I wanted to hit pan so bad. And I'm telling you, it is the biggest dip. This thing has, like, it's huge. I mean, it's like, there you go, right there. I think you can see it. It's so close. I thought for sure like any day it was going to hit. And then I started noticing 2 days in a row, it just would not blend. So I was like, okay, I give up. I don't want to, but I give up. So last few things I have are setting sprays, powder, and eyebrow, and mascara. I'm going to do mascara first because these are really easy. I can whip through these. Better Than Sex came in a box, like, you know, BoxyCharm or whatever. Not my favorite. Flakes. Very thick and makes your lashes stand up and look like to attention, but they flakes everywhere. Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. I absolutely love. One of my top 10. Absolutely. The Lash Princess. This is the volumizing one. These ones, I love the way they look on my eyes, but I cannot find them to not flake. No matter what I do, they flake. Ulta Lash Primer. I actually never even got to try it. I opened it to use it and it was dried out. So it's been in my drawer. I'm not blaming them. I don't even know how long it's been in my drawer. It was unopened though. It just is old. The Extreme Crazy Essence. I think this works. The formula is good, but I hate the brush. And so I did it as long as I could. And as it started getting cakey, I got rid of it. And then the Milani This is the Violet one. This is a lash primer. I think this works fantastic. This is actually starting to overtake my Lash Paradise primer. I have very stubborn lashes, so I actually use primer every single day before I do my mascara, and that Milani, if it had not run out, or it's really expired probably too, but that one, it literally, chef's kiss. It's amazing. That was heavy. And I had it like in a little like office, I had it in this, so it was like all crammed into that. When I pulled it out, it went poof. It was like when you take off like shapewear or a girdle and your body is like, oh, thank God. That's exactly what this bag just did. It's huge. So 2 that I did not complete, but I did declutter, and you'll see for obvious reasons. I don't know why my eyeball or right underneath my eyebrow is itching like crazy. This is the LA Girl Pro Setting Definition Matte and NYX Matte. I am decluttering these. First of all, these are probably 5 years old, 4 years old. Second of all, I think I've said the word matte 100 times in this video, so you probably got the hint by now. So next, to see, those are primer. I panned and finished my Versali Rose Gold Mist. This one, I hate the smell, but love the effect. I don't know if they sell that anymore. Versali recently did. They left Sephora. Actually, he's got a YouTube. Is it YouTube or TikTok? I think it's on TikTok. He actually goes through why they left Sephora and the things that he went through in his personal journey and his family journey. And I was really impressed with the transparency. Made me want to support the company for someone who's willing to admit faults and work on themselves. And so that was something that I really love, but I don't know what products they have back and what they don't. So I don't know if that one's still available. I had a travel size Smashbox primer water. I love Smashbox. I know it's like contrary to most people. I love Smashbox. I have a really good experience with them. I have a really good, their primers, not the silicone, but their other ones are amazing. In fact, I have one here I finished, but this is one I literally felt kind of spring water on my face. I don't feel like it did anything. Not claiming that it's true, not trying to slander the brand, but just felt like it didn't do anything for me. A travel all-nighter, you can tell the age is it's the honey. So I'm not going to get rid of this bottle though, because this is great for traveling. So I'm going to keep the bottle and just pour other setting sprays in it. I no longer support this brand or this person, but I want to finish the product because I paid for it. I do still have brushes, and that is Morphe and Jeffree Star. Just finished that this week. And again, I paid for it. I'm not throwing it away because I don't support that brand anymore. I'm going to use it my product that I paid for, and then I won't repurchase it. This is the Smashbox Vitamin Glow. I finished this 100%, and it's a primer. That is a huge deal for me. I have a crap ton of primers, and I typically get like 3 or 4 I love, and then I never use the ones I love because I'm always trying something else. And this is one that it did so good for my face and gave me so much moisturization, especially over like spring and summer, that I used it till I literally had one of those little spatulas that are trying to get stuff out, but it is gone. And I don't know if they sell that anymore, but I can legitimately go repurchase it till I use some more. So once I use some and get rid of some, then I will work on if I get that one again. This one is a did use, but kind of did use, and I'll explain. So this is the Peach Perfect Powder. This is one of my favorite powders of all time. This, I don't believe is sold anymore by Too Faced, but I could be wrong. I actually had, it's kind of embarrassing to admit, I had one in my drawer, I had 2 in my backups, and then I had another open one that was like in my travel bag, so when I traveled for work or whatever. So I literally had 4 of these in my house. I gave one away, and like pretty fast after I got them for like half off at Sephora one day at the JCPenney Sephora. Gave one to my daughter pretty fast, and then one of my friends was saying, oh, you know, that was the one thing that got away from her. She never got to try, so I gave her that one. So I got rid of the 2 backups, okay? So I had this one that was in my makeup, and this one was like down to like here. I mean, it was like almost gone, and I had the one in my travel bag. So I opened them both and poured them together, and that's why this is empty. So technically I did not finish it yet, but I will, and it's still one of my favorite powders, and it still smells delicious. A little overpowering, but it still smells delicious. So that's when I finished. And then the last 2 things, I have been panning my brow products. So I've been trying to use the exact same brow, whatever it is, which right now I do have mine. I don't know if they look good right now, I can't tell, but I do have my brows laminated right now. I have not made a decision if I'm going to stay with it. It's a love-hate relationship. I love how easy it is to do my brows, and actually I've been loving putting the oil and stuff in them. I use the Emerald hemp seed oil. I got this in a box since it's helping me use one of my products up. In case you've never had your brows laminated, it's very similar to a perm, so you do have to put a lot of moisture in them, or you can experience hair loss, things like that. So I do have been enjoying the ritual of oiling my brows, and I think it's been helping them, but I'm not sure if it's worth the price because I have very thick brows, so I don't have to do a ton to them even when there's nothing in them. So I I'm still on the fence. I think I go back in January and I might do it one more time, and if I still can't say I have to have it, then I might go back to regular brows. But okay, so as I was saying, I don't have to do a ton on my brows. Typically, I just need to touch up the front. I usually run a brow gel or brow freeze through it. So I finished 2. One I can definitely say I think is way better than the other. This is the L'Oreal Brow Setter Brow Stylist Definer Ultra Tip, and I do have this in dark blonde. I usually use taupe blonde. They're usually interchangeable. As long as it's cool toned, I cannot do warm toned. This one was started when I worked on it, but it had not been used actively, and I finished it. And then the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus, actually this probably was expired, but it only had a small amount left. By the time I used it a couple times, I twisted up, so I probably was close to panning it last time I had done that. So those 2 are gone. Previously, I would have like 20 eye pencils and 20 brow gels and 20 of this and 20 of that. And I stopped. First of all, I don't ever buy powders because I'm not going to use them. I don't ever buy the pomades because I'm not going to use them. And I don't typically buy the zero clear gels other than the freezes because I don't typically use those. And I stopped buying the soap brows because I kept buying everything thinking I was going to try it, never tried any of it, or I'd try it, hated it, and it would sit in my drawer. So I've just been doing one product every single week, and that is part of my change in the last year. As I've been, really 2 years, but last year especially. As I went back into makeup after COVID and everything, I actually have been trying to use a little bit of discretion or restraint and not using a new thing every single day. I've been trying to pick a certain category I have too much of and work on that product and try to use it in primers, setting sprays, eyebrow. I think that's probably the main ones. In skincare, I've been trying to one and done them, like use them all the way through. Another one that I've been panning is probably one of my favorite ever is the primerizer, and that one you can see my line right here. I am just below my line, and so it's starting to pan, and I'm hoping to finish this either by the end of this year or beginning of next year. So that is my empties for October and November mainly, a few strays out of December, and my intro back into the beauty community. Haven't been here in a while, but I hope if you like this video, you will like, share, subscribe. I do have some more coming. I definitely have my pan challenges this year coming. I have my no buy coming, and then also I plan to go back into tutorials and things like that. So if you like this, I hope you'll like, share, subscribe, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day, and talk to you soon, guys. Bye.